Have you identified key performance indicators, different measurements that will let you know how much leverage you need to apply in what areas of your business, whether it's in operations, financials, maybe marketing, sales, whatever it is? Hey folks, I'm Colin Richards, president and founder of Lord & Richards, and I'm excited to be bringing to you another episode today. And our topic today is going to be on this question: how do I grow my role in my business? How do I grow my role in my business? In other words, how do I get myself to the point where I'm really starting to develop the personal freedom that I longed for back when I first founded this business? Some of you are just getting started. Maybe you're younger or older. This is really, again, multi-generational in focus, because the people I and my team are seeing every single day at Lord & Richards are people just like you. Whether you're still in your working years or looking forward to retirement or have retirement in the back window, what you need to be focusing on is, how do I create a plan either to achieve or to maintain financial independence? And the way we define that at Lord & Richards is doing what you love with the people that you love for all the reasons that are important to you. Whether you continue to work or not, we want you to have the financial freedom to not have to work. Does that sound like a good definition? And so to be financially independent as a business owner, we've got to begin thinking about how to change our hat. Because what we do at Lord & Richards is we develop a plan so you can become financially independent. And we got to do the same thing if you have a business, young or old, and everything in between. You need to have a plan. And part of that plan needs to be why you should be working yourself towards different roles in your business. Let's talk about some of those classic roles that most entrepreneurs find themselves in. Often at the beginning, we might call them the artist. Now, by the way, these are the hats that you wear, these roles. They're not who you are, right? So if you're saying, well, I'm not an artist at all. No, it's really kind of a general description of the kinds of things you as owner are finding yourself having to do in order to move your business forward, to move the needle. So the focus of the artist role, the creative personality here, is on passion, creativity, initiating, right? Getting things done, fulfillment, and having fun while you're doing it, right? You can read some great stories about organizations, businesses that were founded, and it was fun, right? And people say, go do your passion, do what you're passionate about. Well, the reality is that may or may not make you money, is being passionate about it. And so we invariably need to make that switch from artist to operator. Whether we hire that in or we become that ourselves, now it dawns on us, it becomes evident, if it wasn't before, that we need to focus in on the sweat equity part, right? The effort that needs to go into advancing that business. A lot of hard work. Founders, owners, principals, entrepreneurs often are working outlandish hours. Life tends to go out of balance. The focus becomes reacting, right? Problems come your way. You certainly barely have enough time to solve the problems that are, much less think about the problems that are in the future, the problems that aren't yet. And so control really becomes the guideline, right? I'm going to do this a certain way to try to minimize problems because I know it works. And you find yourself more and more as the operator being run by your business. You've got to keep the regular hours because your clients need to see you. And if it's going to get done, it's probably going to be you that gets it done. And a lot of times folks at this stage aren't really able to build out a robust team. You remember in one of my other episodes, I said, if you had a team of A players only, what problems would that solve for you immediately? If they were all A players, because an A player fulfills their role and they do it with great skill or perhaps great ability or perhaps great drive, whatever it is about an A player, they stand out from the rest. So what are we going to do? We need to make that transition from operator to owner. And if you're a leader in a company, you need to make that transition maybe to CEO mindset, the leadership mindset. And now things change, right? We're going to focus on getting a structure in place. Instead of just carting things back and forth, whatever that means in your business, now we're going to start to put the scaffolding and the structure in place so that this business begins to develop the ability to run. Here's the key, whether you're present or not. I'm not saying you should abandon your business. Absolutely not. We shouldn't abandon our businesses. But we want to begin to build a structure that makes the business less dependent on everything being done by you. So we're going to have to employ some things. Leverage. Leverage is the ability to take resources and get more done through those resources. Optics. I'm going to talk about that in my next segment. What do you see? Where is your dashboard? Where are you getting your information? I'm not here just talking about dreaming, being visionary. That's a different role. That's for the artist, right? The hat of the artist. And you may keep some of these hats handy and take them on and put them off as you move through your business. That's your right. That's your fun part of business. But we're now going to look at what do we see and how do we optimize our business? How do we get it running like a top, right? Spinning like a top. It's just smooth. How do we develop the leadership skills that we need, right? We're going to have to invest time in that. And here's a critical function. Are you measuring what matters within your business? Do you measure what matters? Because what gets measured is what gets done. And if you're not doing it yourself, or if you are, it still needs to be measured. Have you identified key performance indicators? Different measurements that will let you know how much leverage you need to apply in what areas of your business, whether it's in operations, financials, maybe marketing, sales, whatever it is. And then, of course, now once we've measured, we've got to adjust, right? Because we're going to put our foot on the scale to try to get things in alignment. And now the next move, as we move from the artist hat or role to the operator hat or role to the owner or CEO role, now we're going to move to the investor role. And by the way, this is where we get into principles that apply to both the investor as well as the owner of the business. You see, if you've invested, whether through Lord & Richards or somebody else, you have a stake. You have a stake in that company. Now, if you're the founder, you may have the largest stake, right? If you're the owner, you have the largest stake. But as an investor in your business, have you put on this hat yet where you focus on thinking? Remember those thinking questions I talked about in one of my other episodes? Developing great questions, getting great answers as a result. You focus on de-risking, right? Making the business more stable and therefore less risky to you as the investor, getting more repeatable results, and learning to measure when determining a course of action. Maybe somebody had a great idea. Maybe it was you, measuring both the upside. You see, entrepreneurs are almost habitually focused on the upside and fail to look on the downside. Have you measured the possible negative outcomes? And here's a key. Have you figured out whether you can live with the downside? Have you really thought through what that'll mean to your bank account at your company, to the impact on your employees, to your lifestyle? It doesn't mean being paranoid, but it focuses on thinking, de-risking, and measuring. So there's our roles. Artist, the creative, visionary, fulfilled, fun role. The operator, the person who's got to get it done or it doesn't get done, often being run by the business. The owner, the CEO, moving to a different level in your company where now you're running the business instead of it running on you. You've developed structure, leverage, optics. You're optimizing your business. And of course, the investor, where you step back and put on the hat and say, where's the risk? What do I need to be thinking about? And what are the upsides and the downsides? Well, for all of us, whether we're investors, whether we're retirees, whether we're business owners, whether you're younger or whether you're older, my team and I are working with folks just like you every single day to develop a plan for financial independence. And we would be delighted to sit down with you and help you create the future, the financial independence that you seek. It only starts with a simple phone call.